You notice how Lynn has become a foreman. She could easily run a crew now, guys. She really could. Okay, let's give you an update because it's going to piss it down all day today, and that's just reality. So we have to start slicing the pie and seeing how we can resolve this. From inside, because we don't need guys going outside to do this, we're going to get all of these posts water sealed, and it's a concrete added to the waterproofing, and it will darken these poles up to a charcoal gray level. Okay, some of the FlexiBond has come out. We're going to have to work on that a little bit later because we needed to obviously fill. Sorry, I just said FlexiBond. What I meant was putty. With the roof overhang, some of this post, like this post, could get done all the way around, right? So that's the goal. But they don't need to be standing down below in the mud and all of that type of stuff. The window, guys, to bring the big sliding glass window for this 4-meter opening, 270 tall. They are, what's the word I'm looking for? They got stuck yesterday because we told them that it was the second driveway in, and they drove to the second road in and promptly got stuck. So nothing arrived yesterday. When it does, we've included steel matting and angle bar. It turned out that this BOGO glass also stocks all this other stuff. And so it turns out that their price is cheaper. Anyway, there we go. That kind of solves that problem, right? Okay, so let's see how it turns out, because what I'm most interested in is on this wall where we've had overspill with the mortar. When we roll on the FlexiBond with the concrete, will it darken it up to an equal level? Same kind of thing here, right? And we've just got to get these gutters formally attached, even if it means for the temporary purpose it just dumps it out the front of the property. Boo! That's a lot of rain. It's not raining heavy, guys. It's just constant. It's that Seattle, Vancouver type rain. Brutal, brutal. Cedra wants me to pet her, so she's blocking me. Okay, let's get this party started. This old carcass wants to talk to you about where you might want to live longer term in the Philippines. But I'm always going to cite to you, go to Angeles, go to Cebu, get your feet wet, get some foreigners under your belt, and start the transition process. From those locations, you can bounce into these other areas like Dumaguete, Bohol, Subic. You can bounce into them quite easily, guys. So use that as your ground zero. I still think that that is probably the best for the majority of you out there. But where do you actually want to live? A provincial life? Small city life? A city that's got a little bit of nightlife to it? Or a city that's got a lot of Western to it, just from its amenities standpoint, and you will still have a lot of Western friends? Duma is going to get you that small city life with a fair number of expats around, so much so that a lot of those Western amenities of restaurants and such will be there. In BOGO, we're living provincial life here. We've got one and only one. Yes, we've got a McDonald's here, but who wants to do that every day? Not this cat. Oh, we have light. They're testing the light bulbs. So yeah, spend some time at this, guys. Don't make rash decisions. I have met so many people here that have pulled the trigger far too quickly, normally to go live where their wife or long-term relationship is living. And that sometimes that just doesn't work out. So much so that in one case, they completely abandoned the Philippines and went back to the native country. And, you know, they're struggling because, you know, the pension just doesn't match with the lifestyle that he'd rather have, right? But, so go slow, guys. I think that's always got to be the main message. Go slow, be sure-footed about what you're doing. Okay, let's get back to the house build. We're gonna get another wave of rain. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna ask you guys a favor here. We have got all of this matting now. Now this isn't the grade that you would use on your driveways, okay? This is a little bit too thin for that, but it's gonna be fine for a fence. And what we've got is angle bar to make a frame, and then that angle bar will be welded onto the posts, okay? But if you guys are farmer types, which I am not, I'm engineer all the way through in this noggin of mine, what would we grow on there if it was 100% sun? Question for you. In the Philippines. Now I know grapes would grow in Canada, in the Okanagan region, just fine, but you tell me guys if you know. Okay, so another thing is I'm not going into the house deliberately. I want a little shock and awe. The window guys are here, that's their truck there, and I want to see that sliding door in place or at least 90% done to get some effect out of this. We have bought acrylic primer to go over top of this putty, and comes highly recommended by about 6 different places that we went to. Every time we're asking what to put over it, they say prime first, prime first, prime first. So I guess it's a lot like drywall. Prime it first and then get at it. So unfortunately it's a very glossy white. So it is shining like crazy right now. And when I go through the house, I'm going like this because I really don't want to see that door. I really want to have a dramatic effect right now. I feel like everything's kind of sluggish. Okay, this wave of weather is happening, and thank goodness Lynn is already in Bogo City. She has to deal with some personal matters for us and for her family setup here. and so yeah, she's in the city. Hopefully she keeps dry coming back. And this is something I want to touch on, guys. If you're going to live a provincial life, when you pick up a trike, pay for every seat and just go to the city. Pay a little extra and go. It will take forever for us if we went into the city with the standard way of these guys doing stuff, which is they stop for every single passenger they can get. And it's not uncommon to see the guy driving the trike sitting on the gas tank so he can get a third person behind him. It's amazing, guys. Anyway, but that's my suggestion as a Westerner. Just pay for all the seats. We've done that before on V-hires too, guys. Just ask what the full car price is, and sometimes it's just quicker, right? You go straight to your house and Bob's your uncle, we're finished. Let's deal with a subscriber question before we go inside, and that is the use of chase saws. And I'll say that last year we took an angle grinder, we used a bolt and a couple of washers, and then put 2 tile cutting blades on, and then cut into AAC. Now we were doing it outside. The dust was unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I can't imagine having all these walls up and then going inside and chasing all the walls. Ai Zabiga? Just can't imagine it. So here's an example of 2 chase saws. One is a formal saw that you can attach a vacuum to it. And then another one that's just an angle grinder that you can buy on Lazada. You can buy the nut and a couple of washers. We just emulated it last year. But again, my opinion is, why? You have to put AAC on a slab. You can't just put it up like a hollow block. You can't use AAC below ground. So you're going to come up with hollow block, or you're going to do a direct pour, and then you're going to put your hollow block up in between your posts. This stuff is designed to be on a slab. Every single project, everything. I have never ever seen it done hollow block style, only when they have got a complete slab. So you're going to go through all that trouble of, say, bringing up a piece of pipe in your bathroom, that, you know, the cabinet for the sink cabinet will hide it and everything, and then you're going to chase all the walls. How are you going to deal with your electrical? Your slab is already poured. You still have to come up inside. Okay, so you decide to come up in one point and then chase all the walls. Well, as you saw from what we did there, just figuring out the tools, you can have everything just coming up through the slab. These guys know how to use strings. They know how to line things up. You just got to put it into their head that, you know, water's going to come up here and it's got to come in this position. So You know, it's not like it's foreign to them, guys. They still bring up the water. They still bring up the electrical. All they do is just leave a big opening in the hollow block and then fill that cavity with mortar. So I still don't get it. I wouldn't use a chase saw. Messy, dirty, ugly. Bleh. I just wouldn't do it. Spend a little extra time. You got to hire your plumber. You got to hire your electrical guy anyway to do all that work before the slab goes down. You've got to do it as your foundation is going in, etc. You've got to have those guys on site anyway. I still wouldn't do it. I wouldn't use the chase saw. Anyway, there we go. And there were some examples of what the walls end up looking like and all that type of stuff. My other concern is the vibration. These, just like the concrete pillars and everything and the posties, they all require dry time, right? So if you've got all this dry time happening, and then you turn, you know, how long are you going to wait before you start chasing your walls to put your electrical and plumbing in? You can already see it's darker. Let's have a look at the door. So as you see him sliding it open and closed there, you can tell we've picked a green tint. It's got a mirror finish on the outside, and they're just putting the locks on now. But boy, does that ever finish it up nice. That is a nice looking door. The top is fine because, again, we're going to be putting in the ceiling here, right? So that will just marry up to the top of what they're doing. And we will fill that with foam a little bit. And I'm not sure how we'll finish it on the outside. What we might do is just get a piece of angle flashing and put that on there. Cool. I wanted rose color, they just didn't have it. Okay, so the walls are getting painted in here, and Victor is now going through where he sees some really obvious imperfections. And wow, that looks really good. This is white on white, and if I'm seeing rippling or anything in the walls, I should be seeing it, and I'm not seeing it. It is a concrete wall, guys. Okay, you're not going to get that drywall look that you can look down and everything is perfect. You're just not going to get that. There is always going to be a little bit of, I'll call it shadowing, if you want to call it, okay? But not displeased at all when you compare it to a hollow block construction. Michael's got all of the breakers in. Joseph, Mr. Poggy, Mr. Poggy. Sorry, guapo for Basaya. Okay, guys, that's a wrap for today. This is the waterproofing with the concrete added to it. They're not finished the second rolling here. Later, Gators.